what is your full name and what do you know about the history of your name?
My full name is Janet Elizabeth Hayes and Doherty. Oops, almost forgot that. What I know about the Elizabeth is that was also my grandmother's name.
Oh, okay. So, when and where were you born?
I was born in Mount Pleasant, Iowa in 1940 in the hospital.
Alright, and how did your family come to live there? Or just go there?
My father grew up 10 miles from there in New London, and he was in business, so he had moved to Mount Pleasant.
Alright, and so what type of house did you live in? Like
My house?
apartment, farm?
No, we
just
had
a house.
we had a regular 2-story house. Mount Pleasant is a small town, about, I think there were maybe 5,000 people, and the first house where I lived, we were maybe 3 blocks from downtown.
Alright, so did you like it? Like, what was it like?
I did like going up there, and then when I was in kindergarten, we moved to another house, but I always lived in Mount Pleasant.
Alright. And how many rooms or bathrooms did it have?
My first house, no, I was only there till kindergarten,
Alright.
but it had
You can do your second house.
I'm
if you
gonna
want
talk
to.
about my second house
Okay.
because I remember
That's fine.
it
That's
better.
fine.
So it had a nice big front porch, and then it had inside a living room and a dining room and a kitchen and a bedroom and a little den. And then upstairs, and there was a bathroom there. And then upstairs there were 3 bedrooms, and it had a little side porch too, where like the mail or the milkman would deliver milk and bring that to the side porch.
Alright, and did it have electricity or indoor plumbing?
Yes, it had both those things.
And did you guys have like a family, like a home landline for a phone?
We did, and
Like a home phone?
we had a home phone, and my home phone, you would pick up the phone and you would call. You pick up the phone, and then a person called, an operator would answer the phone, central, and I would say, if Grandpa were trying to call me, he would say 11. So my number was 11. Now my friend Marilyn lived in the top half of her grandparents' house, so her number was 465 and a half. And because there was nobody else on my line, it was just 11. But if it was something called a party line, and if you were on a party line, which Grandpa was, and I called him, his number was
784 green.
784 green. Right, so they added colors to people. Then there'd be a 784 red, 784 blue.
What's your earliest childhood memory? Like as early as you can remember. This is just earliest. You don't have to go back to like, boom, all the way back.
Yeah, I remember playing in that first house and playing outside under the bushes, and I was probably about 3, and that's my earliest.
Alright. So what games did you play growing up?
I want to go back to the memory.
Okay.
One of my strong memories was when I was 5, and it's when World War II ended. And I remember how excited people were outside yelling and clapping and shouting. I do remember that.
Seems like a good moment. What games did you like to play growing up?
We played a lot of card games. Nasta was one. I like to play with paper dolls. Seems odd to me now. And we played with a game called Chinese checkers. And Yeah, that's what I. Oh, we played Clue
Oh.
and Monopoly.
All right. So, what was your favorite thing to do for fun, like movies or beach or?
Read. I would. I love to read, and I got mad at my mother because one time she said I can only get 7 books a week from the library. And I used to take my book and go outside and climb up into a favorite tree and read up in the tree.
So, do you remember any books that you had, or like some books that you liked back then?
Yeah, I remember reading all the Nancy Drew books, and there was something called Cherry Ames. I like to read books about women.
All right. Did you have family chores?
Not so much. We had to help with the kitchen and set the table and do the dishes.
Which one didn't you like? Which one did you not like the least?
Which one did I like the least?
Like the least, yeah.
Cleaning up the kitchen.
Okay. Did you receive an allowance for doing your chores?
I actually don't remember if we got allowance.
Right.
No. By the time I was in high school, I did get maybe $10 a month because my dad thought it was important that I learned how to handle money, and I even had a checking account.
So did you, when you were in high school and you were getting your allowance, did you like save it or like spend it right away on some things you wanted, like food?
Pretty sure I spent it.
Right, I get that. So what was school for you like as a child?
I liked going to school.
Yeah, what was school like for you as a child?
Describe the school. Or what it was like for me.
What was it like for you?
Yeah, I liked going. I had friends there. School was easy for me. So, should I tell you an embarrassing moment?
Yeah, because we can go off topic, so go right ahead.
So, I think I was in 5th grade. My teacher was Mrs. Lyons, Linny Lyons, and she looked like a lion and she had red hair.
Wait, how do you spell lion?
Lyon.
Okay.
And she asked some question, nobody answered it, and she looked right at me and she said, "Janet, don't sit there like a bump on a log."
Okay, so what were your best and worst subjects at school?
Well, I was good at math, although now I listen to my grandchildren and think, I certainly wasn't that good. And reading, those were the things I always liked best.
Alright. Where did you attend grade school? High school and college, if you can remember all that. It's kind of a lot over 7 years.
I got it. I went to kindergarten through 4th grade. Is that right? At Saunders. And then at that time and in that place, we had junior high, but it was really 4th through 8th or 5th through 8th grade. That was a separate school, closer to my house. And then high school was 9th through 12th. Then I went to college for 2 years in California at Pomona College. And then I came back to the University of Iowa because I wanted to be with Grandpa.
Right. In what school activities and sports did you participate, if any?
I was in lots of activities. Now we're talking high school. So I was always in Girl Scouts, but then I was in lots of plays and drama and debate, declamation. Those were the things and band. I was in band. I wasn't good, but I was in band. I never did sports. I'm not a sports person. And when I went to college, we had to do sports. Oh, that was a problem. So I learned how to fence.
Do you look back on anything and wish you did that instead of something else? Or did that with something else?
Having to do with school?
Yeah. Or do you think you pretty much completed what you wanted to do?
Well, the only hesitation I have is that I really loved going to school in California, So part of me has always wondered what would it have been like if I would have stayed, but I don't ever wish I would have because I wanted to be with Grandpa.
All right. And do you remember any fads from your youth? Fads? I don't. Never seen that word. Popular hairstyles or popular clothes.
Oh, of course. Well, number one, I like to wear jeans, even then.
Ripped or no?
Huh?
Ripped or no? Like
Not
very
ripped. No, we didn't wear ripped. But my mother would only let me wear jeans to school one day a week. I know, that was harsh. Sure, girls wore big full skirts with big fussy crinoline things underneath little cardigan sweaters. So you had sweaters that matched, pearls, little collars, little white collars. Really kind of silly looking stuff, but that's what we wore.
I remember girls always wearing dresses. I don't remember anybody wearing jeans to school. But I'm sure you must have. But
Not
my
much.
vision was
No.
girls were always in skirts.
Right.